Welcome back for today's tutorial. I trust every one of us is doing well. Thank you for being here, for all your likes, your comments, your reactions towards my video. I say a very big thank you. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so before leaving and I will appreciate that. For today's tutorial, we're going to be making a monostrap fitted dress with side ruffles, and I have here 3 yards of this fabric for it. I will not be putting any half length, that is waist cut. Okay, it's going to be just from up to down. I hope it's clear enough. All right, and I'll be cutting both the front and the back at the same time. Okay, so with that said, I'll fold my fabric into 4, first into 2 and then into 2 again, making it into 4. And that's what I'm doing right away. I'll be making use of zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. Okay. Next, I will outline my bust line, waistline, hip line, and the length of my dress. My measurement will be starting from here. Okay. My bust line is 10.5 plus half an inch, 11. My waistline is 15 inches plus half an inch. Hip line 9 inches below my waistline. And then the length of my gown is 20 inches. Remember, it has side ruffles. So this is not the full length, please. This is not the full length. I will still be putting the ruffles that will now make it the full length. So this is bust line, waistline, hip line, and then the length. Okay. Then I'll place my shoulder measurement, my bust, waist, and hip measurement. Shoulder is 14 inches. One inch here for shoulder slope. 3 inches here, which we will not be using because it is a mono strap, but I just need to put it for now. Armhole is 7.5 inches. Okay. Bust measurement is 37 into 4, 9.25. Sewing allowance of 2 inches. You can use more. Waist 33 into 4 is 8.25. I'll be adding 3 inches. 1 inch extra is for that. Hip measurement is 40 into 4 is 10. Sewing allowance of 2 inches as well. Okay. And then I'm dragging this waist hip measurement to my hemline. There I will take away 1.5 inches this time and connect to the hip. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to remove is this way. I will remove all of this. I will not remove the armhole yet since it's a mono strap. Okay, I will not remove the armhole yet. So I'll just cut this one first of all, this way. So here is what we have after I cut it out. I'm yet to cut the armhole. Okay. For the neck width, I'll use 3.5 inches, which is here. I'll be marking both front and back. Okay. This is my shoulder. Alright. I'll remove this as well. This is my neck width. Okay, but if you want to use 3 inches, it is still okay. Sorry, mine was 3.5, not 4, please. Ignore this one. Mine is 3.5 I'm using. Okay. The next thing I will do will be to open this up. Okay. But if you feel like your armhole is just perfect for you, you can put your curve and cut. Okay. If you feel like your armhole, the one you cut, as in the one you measured, is perfect for you, that there is no adjustment, you can just cut. Okay, with that done now, we will open it up. So my marking was done on the wrong side, as you can see. So this is the right side, and I'll be putting the sleeve at the right side. Okay, so it means my sleeve is going to be here. Okay, so this side is going to be just a small strap here at the shoulder. Okay, so the next thing I will do will be to slant the neckline. I will do the front first of all. Like I said, this is the right side, and my sleeve is going to be on the right side, which is here. So my slanting is going this way. I hope it's clear enough. I've made a similar tutorial to this. First, I need to get the midpoint so that the neck does not choke the person wearing it. This is the midpoint here, and at the midpoint, I'll measure 4 inches. 4 inches on the midpoint. Okay. And this here is my shoulder. Don't forget, I have the marking on the wrong side. I only brought it forward on the right side. Sorry, my neckline, neck width. I hope you remember. Okay, so my slanting is starting from here. It's starting from here. The reason I made this marking here, which is 4 inches, is to allow for ease around the neck area. Okay, so I'll just slant. I hope you see what I did, so that by the time the person wears it, this place does not choke or begin to make the person wearing it uncomfortable around the neck line. All right. Okay, this is one. The second one, where we're going to be putting the strap at this side. Okay, I will measure how many inches I removed here, because that is what is going to be represented on the strap. I hope you are getting me. Assuming we are putting strap as bold as this. Let me remove it so that you understand what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we are having something like this. I hope you get it. So I will need to measure what I have here. Okay, I will need to measure it because the strap I will put will correspond with this length that I removed here. Okay, so I have 5.5 inches. So by the time I put this strap at the front and at the back, I should have 11 inches, and then I'll put my seam allowance or sewing allowance of about 1 inch or 1.5 inches or thereabouts. I hope it's clear enough. Meanwhile, placing it back, I will need to mark it to know where my strap is beginning. Okay, so this is where my shoulder ends. Okay, so when I'm putting the strap, I'll make sure it starts from here to any width I desire. I hope you understood it. So this is for the front. We'll also cut the back. So for the back, I'll quickly place back the back against the front. I'm doing it this way so that everyone will be carried along to avoid confusion. I will need to pin my zipper allowance. You see the marking here. I'll just pin it down first of all. Alright, as you can see, I've pinned it. I hope you see it. So I can now turn it over and cut the other side. I hope you now understand what I did. Okay, so now we have it cut out. Okay, like I said earlier, I'm going to be cutting a strap of 5.5 inches front, 5.5 inches back, all together 11 inches. Then I'll include my sewing allowance. Okay, so for the sleeve, which is a circle sleeve, we just quickly cut it. It should be long enough because the ruffle is starting from somewhere close to the waistline, so that it will look as if both of them are the same thing. So the sleeve should be long enough to come down from here to the waistline. This is my waistline here. Okay, so the sleeve, this is my armhole. So the sleeve should be long enough in length, I mean this lower part, to reach from here to this place, so that the ruffle starts from here. I hope you get that. Down and then around the hemline. I hope it's clear enough. So the length of the sleeve should be long enough to extend from this armhole here to the waistline. Okay, and if you measure it, it's about 7 inches. I hope you see it. I hope you see it is about 7 inches. So I've folded into 2. I'll fold again into 2 to make it into 4. Okay. Okay. So this is for the sleeve. By the time I join the two shoulders together, I will then find the radius and use it to cut the center. Okay. The next will be to cut the 5.5 inches for the strap of both the front and the back. Okay, so here is the strap. I've cut it out. I added 1.5 inches sewing allowance, and as you can see, it is on fold 2 inches. Yours can be wider or slimmer. It depends on what you want. So the next thing I will do will be to go to the machine, and after I've cut the lining, I'll go to the machine and line them accordingly. But as I go on, I'll also show you. And this is for the ruffle. I cut as long as I thought would go round. Okay, remember the length of our dress. What we had here is not the actual length. I hope you remember. What we have here is not the actual length. Okay, I hope you see it. It's not the actual length. Okay, I removed few inches here, and that few inches here is what I have here, so that by the time I attach it, it will give us the full length of our dress. I hope you understand. Okay, my length is 27 inches below the waistline. Okay, but here I cut 20 inches. I hope you understand. So whatever I am adding here will now make up for the remaining few inches to complete our length of dress. Okay, I know some people will still ask me how many inches I used for the ruffle. I think it's about, for this is 3 yards. I need to measure and be sure. This is 4 yards. Oh, 4 yards and 15 inches in all. So I'll try as much as possible to gather it in a way that it will be okay. Alright, so I've done the joining. As you can see, this is the front. These are the 2 back panels. Okay, now I went like this. I started from here. This is our shoulder. This is the other shoulder. I started from here, and then I stopped around here. I left an opening and continued from here. This is the second shoulder. Okay, if it goes up now, that's the second shoulder. I hope you understand it. Okay, and here is my armhole. But then I lined this part of the armhole as if I were making a sleeveless dress. Okay, now 1 inch away from my shoulder, I hope you see the marking here, is where I continued my sewing after I stopped here. This space here is to enable me pass this strip. Okay, so the space I left here corresponds with the measurement I have here. That is the thickness of this strip. Okay, same thing also for the back. I hope you see, this is the line, the side that was slanted. This is where my sewing started from here. Here is the other armhole, okay, which I also lined as if I were making a sleeveless dress. I closed it up this way down to the hemline. Okay, and then I also started here. The space also is to enable me pass this through here. I hope you get that. Then for the other one, the other side of the back, I started from the neckline down to the hemline, and then the other side I left here open. Of course, we're going to be adding our circle sleeve at this other side. Okay, and the next thing I will do before I turn this will be to pass this here. I'm trying to hide the roughness. Pass this here. Already, remember we cut this strip using the accurate measurement. Pass it like this and then sew it, okay, so that this roughness is now inside. And then turn to the other side of the back that corresponds with this side, which is this side. I will also do it on the other side. I hope you get what I mean. So what I did here, I will repeat here. I will also pass it here. okay, so that we now have the strip, you know, firmly fixed. Okay, so the next thing I will do, having joined this, will be to join them at the shoulder. I'm joining this one to this one at the shoulder. Okay. All right, so now having joined the strip, this is it. So the next thing I will do will be to join the other side of the back to this other side at the shoulder. Okay, with that done, next thing should be to put that. Okay, and this is how we are going to be doing that. This is my zipper allowance. Okay, next is to measure my half length, and then my nipple to nipple measurement plus half an inch, 4 inches. For the back dart, I'm going 5 inches upwards, 5 inches downwards. So this is for the back dart. I'll take half an inch from here and connect here. I hope you get that. I will do the same thing at the other side. Okay, this is for the back dart. And then for the front, so having put my front unfold, I'll take the measurement of my half length and then the 4 inches I used for the back. That is nipple to nipple measurement plus half an inch for the dart. For this front, I'll go up by 4 inches, come down by 4 inches. And then I'll take half an inch on each side. Okay, so this is for the front dart. I'll go to the machine and sew it. With the dart inserted, the next thing will be to close up the zipper allowance area. Okay, so I may start my sewing from here and close it down to this point and then attach my zipper, and then we'll close up the two sides using the body measurement. So after I'm done with attaching my zipper, I'll close up the two sides using the body measurement. Okay, now having joined them at the two sides, I've closed them up. The next will be to measure the circumference of my armhole, which is 16, and then with it I will cut my sleeve. 16 divided by 2.68 will give us 2.6. This is the midpoint, so I'll measure 2.6 all the way round. Okay, I will then need to open it up because I want the lower part to be shorter. This is the midpoint, don't forget that. Please don't forget this midpoint. The length of my peplum I'll use 8.5 inches. So I'll measure 8.5 inches all the way round. I'll also cut. So after cutting, I'll need to open it up, and our radius was 2.6 and this is the midpoint. Okay, I measured 2.6 already, which is here. So I'll now start the measurement from here also. Okay, so I'm now cutting this one open. Okay, so this is now going to be the lower part. This will now be the upper part of the shoulder. I hope you understood what I did. I will cut the lining as well and line. Alright, so I've done the lining. I used the material and some part of lining in case it needs to show. Alright, so I will then attach it to the sleeve. After that, I'm going to be making a gathered stitch on this pieces of fabric that I already cut. I hope you still remember it. I'll make gather stitch and gather it together. Okay, now as you can see, I've attached the sleeve. Okay, I hope you see it. So the next will be to attach the ruffles by the side. Now this is the length of the sleeve. I hope you see where it ended up to this point, but I'll be starting to attach my ruffles from here, not from the armhole area, from here, so that the sleeve will cover the beginning part of the attachment. Okay, now I will need to measure the inches from this point to this place and then round this lower part, round the hemline, and what I have is 57. So my gathers is to the length of 57 inches. So I will just start to attach. When I close up, when I fold one end of this ruffle, please, I will then start to attach. You have to attach in such a way that the front, this is the front, will face front. Okay, I hope you get it. So the front will face front. So I will attach this way, but that is after I have folded this beginning part. Okay, I will then start to attach from here down to this place. When I get to this place, I will carefully turn it like this and continue, okay, until I've done it round. Okay, all right, so I've attached the ruffles. I actually started from the lower side because it was easier for me. So I started from the side that had the sleeve at the lower side. I started like this, went round and then came up lastly at the sleeve side. Okay, so what I will do now will be to just join this one to this part. I hope you see what I did. Join this beginning part, I'll join it to this one so that it does not open anymore. Okay, when I join it, that will be the end of our tutorial. I hope you understood what I did. Then for the side, I opened the side seam so that it was easy for me to sew. I opened it this way, okay, before I now started attaching this one so that it's easier for me to sew. So I'll go to the machine now and just join this one like this, and that will be all. I'll just sew here, and that will be all. That's the beginning part. Remember I said I started from here, that's why it is open. So I'll go to the machine and close it up. I'll just sew like this. Alright, so I've done the joining and we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Unfortunately, this is not my size, so there's no way I can try it on, but I bet you it will fit properly. Thank you for watching till the end. If you are yet to subscribe, please do so before leaving. And also, feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. Okay? Till we meet in my next tutorial. Take care of yourself. And to my existing subscribers and wonderful subscribers and family, thank you so much for believing in me. I really appreciate all of you. Take very good care of yourself and be kind to people around you. Bye.